In the ashes of ancient Greece, one philosopher stood against a god, not with swords, not with shields, but with questions. This is what would happen if the god of war entered the world of Socrates. Statues cracked, temples burned. Subscribe. People whispered one name in terror: Ares. The god of war had descended from Mount Olympus, not for conquest, not for glory, but because humanity had become weak. Ares walked through the city covered in blood-red armor, his footsteps shaking the ground beneath him. Behind him marched ghostly warriors made of bone and fire. Kings bowed. Generals surrendered. Even the bravest Spartan soldiers refused to fight, because war itself had arrived. But in the center of Athens, one old man remained calm: Socrates. The philosopher sat barefoot beside a market fountain, surrounded by students. No armor, no weapon, only questions. A terrified citizen ran toward him. "Socrates, the god of war is coming, run!" But Socrates simply smiled. The citizen froze. Moments later, the ground exploded. Ares arrived, towering over everyone. His eyes burned like molten fire. The crowd scattered in terror, but Socrates did not move. Ares stared at the old philosopher. "You are either brave," the god growled, "or foolish." Socrates looked up calmly. "And what," he asked, "is the difference between the two?" The god of war narrowed his eyes. "I am Ares," he thundered. "I destroy nations. I feed on conflict. Men kill each other in my name." Socrates nodded thoughtfully. "So war depends on men." Ares smirked. "Of course." Then Socrates continued, "Without human anger, you are nothing." Silence filled the city. Ares stepped closer, rage radiating from his body. "I am eternal." Socrates shook his head. "No, fear makes you eternal." The air itself began trembling. Buildings cracked apart as Ares lifted his flaming spear. "You dare challenge a god?" Socrates stood slowly. "I challenge ignorance." For the first time in centuries, Ares hesitated, because Socrates was not fighting him. "If war creates strength," Socrates said, "why do kingdoms collapse after victory?" Ares remained silent. "If killing enemies brings peace, why does violence always return?" The god of war tightened his grip on the spear. And then Socrates asked one final question: "If you truly rule mankind, why are you threatened by one old man with words?" The city became completely silent. Ares roared with fury and raised his weapon, but suddenly stopped, because deep inside the god of war, a terrible realization had begun. Every battle he ever created, every empire he destroyed, every life taken in his name, was powered by human weakness, not divine strength.